More news now from Norfolk, Suffolk and Essex. Health officials are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a 2-year-old girl from Norwich. Doctors said they thought Georgia Keeling had died on Tuesday after contracting meningitis. But it's reported an investigation will now look into all aspects of her care, including the possibility that she may have been wrongly diagnosed as having swine flu.
The Great Yarmouth Coast Guard has conducted a second day of searches for a man who went missing yesterday. It was reported he appeared to be in trouble in the sea around Britannia Pier before he disappeared. The Coast Guard were today combing the beach between Yarmouth and Colchester for any sign of the missing man.
The sand does shelve very steeply there. You can be a few feet offshore and be out of your depth. And I believe that the person we were looking for is a non-swimmer. So he really was in a very bad place. But yes, of course it's safe. It's an excellent beach. It's one of the nicest beaches around. But like everywhere, you have to treat the sea with some respect.
A senior police officer from the Essex force has pleaded not guilty to fraud charges. Chief Inspector Jonathan Baldwin appeared in court this morning accused of fiddling expenses. It's alleged he made false mileage claims between December 2007 and March 2008. He denies all of the charges.
When delivery driver Les Harrington reached the end of his working life, he was determined to enjoy a quiet retirement. But he had no idea just how quiet it would prove to be.
Yes, 86-year-old Les is the only resident in a luxury retirement village at Whittam in Essex after the recession put paid to his dream of having neighbours. Tom Barton's been to see him.
That's the lounge area, as you can see, plenty of room, nice and comfortable, everything fine. This is the dining area.
Les Harrington isn't a property salesman, but he is keen for people to buy flats in the retirement village where he lives in Whittam. That's because in a £6 million development with more than 30 apartments, he's the only resident.
Lovely little place where people can sit and chat and talk.
You're the only person living here?
The only one here.
Must be a bit lonely.
Well, that's what I say. I'm not lonely during the days. My days are full up. But as I say, when I go out there of a morning, it would be nice to say good morning to somebody. When I'm out there of an evening, it would be nice to see some lights around you and hear some music or whatever, and people come and sit and have a chat with you. It would be nice to say to someone, come in and have a cup of tea or come in and have a drink of an evening.
Outside, the for sale sign is still standing, but at the sales office, the notice says it all. The pathways are empty. There is ample parking, especially considering the fact that Les doesn't drive. It seems that Les has become one of the most unlikely victims of the credit crunch.
And there was 13 apartments been reserved, and people are still ringing up now saying, please don't let my apartment go. But they can't sell their own house.
So quite a few people have put deposits down on departments, things like that, but there's just nobody actually able to move in.
That's it. Well, that's right. It's just this, whatever they call it, this credit crunch that's done it.
The communal gardens are still well maintained by a gardener. There's also a cleaner and security guard. The only thing Les is missing is the thing he'd like most: some neighbours to share it all with. Tom Barton, Anglia News, Whittam.
Oh, Les. Now, we're still in the heart of the sporting summer, but tomorrow league football is back.
After weeks of pre-season training and friendlies, it's time for the real stuff now, with precious points at stake. Donovan Blake guides us through the opening day fixtures.
Ipswich's championship campaign starts not tomorrow, but Sunday at Coventry, with Thomas Priskin completing his £1.7 million move from Watford this afternoon.
It's a bigger club than Watford, so this is a big step for me forward, and I think the main thing here is to get promoted, which is in my ambition as well.
And he'll have to fit into Roy Keane's template for the ideal footballer, players with good attitude and mental toughness. Town enlisted the help of the Army as part of their pre-season preparations, a few days at Colchester Garrison to strengthen the minds. Now it's down to business. By the time Ipswich kick off, Peterborough will have already made their entrance in the Championship. They start at Derby.
Busy League One press conference, eh?
The drop in status hasn't led to a drop in attention at Norwich. A very busy pre-match briefing for Brian Gunn. He's expecting their progress in League One to be closely scrutinised.
That shows you that Norwich City are still a big club. The fan base is incredible. The 19,000 season ticket holders, the sellout crowd that we'll have against Colchester. It's down to us now.
And City have inherited a few more regional matchups to replace the derby with Ipswich, starting with Colchester.
No pressure on us. The pressure's on Norwich because of the crowd and expected level that they'll be one of the favourites to go up against. So for us, we'll go there and we'll try and win the match.
And Colchester's Essex rival Southend opened their account at home against Huddersfield, which will mean an early return to the region for Huddersfield's Jordan Rhodes, having joined from Ipswich. Donovan Blake, Anglia News.
One of the region's fastest growing young stars will perform at one of Norfolk's best loved locations this weekend. Farrell Smith, who's from Kettering in Northamptonshire, rose to fame on ITV's Britain's Got Talent.